Once you get the review, now you want to introduce what's called a rewards program. So a rewards program is simply, it's where you are going to reward them sending somebody your way with something, some sort of monetary prize, if you will. So this could be simply cash. It's like, hey, Diana, if you send somebody my way and they buy from us, I will give you $500 cash. I'll also give them $500 that they can use towards their project. It's a win-win. So I'm incentivizing them to keep you top of mind. Now you can also do it with some sort of gift. So it could be you're going to give them a nice gift certificate for a local restaurant. It could be that you're going to send them on a B&B, a weekend B&B, you know, some sort of nice, depending on the size of your projects. But incentivize them. So now I have a rewards program. So now when you're going to ask for something, you're first saying, hey, look, if you give this to me, that would be a referral. I am going to reward you for that. And remodelers and home builders, you know, you might be thinking, well, what does my local laws offer me to do? Most states, and you want to verify this, but most states, as long as you are not giving the reward from a real estate licensing standpoint, but you're doing it from a builder's perspective. So if you have to be licensed as a builder in your state, such as a remodeler or a home builder, as long as you're giving it from the home builder's perspective, I have found very few states that have any sort of law against this. So that's what you want to do. If you also have a real estate brokerage or you're happen to be a licensed real estate agent, you have to be very careful about this because there is laws against that. They call it a kickback, and you cannot do that. So it should always come from the builder's side of things. Now, you mentioned it already, Diana. Consistency is key. That's right. Consistency is key. This is not something that you do when times get bad. This is something that you would do on a weekly basis. And because it takes time, you have to stay top of mind with this. So how many times you have to touch somebody to get so that they know that, hey, you have a rewards program, that you also want to get their feedback and get reviews. It's probably like 7 times. You have to do a lot of touch points here. So with consistency, I would recommend you start with your work in process. So anybody that you're actively building for, and how you start there is look at project milestones. So you could do something when the sales contract is signed. You could do something when design is completed. You could do something during construction, such as when the demolition is done from remodeling, or maybe at the end of frame if you're a home builder. Again, do something again when usually about a month after completion. I do hesitate to do a review, ask for a review right at completion, because people are usually very stressed out, and oftentimes they're a little bit crabby, and you know it's just not a good time to ask them. So it's better to go back and ask them about a month after it's done, when things have settled down, punch lists are done, and you know they're more or less haven't been able to enjoy the project for about 30 days. Closed projects is the next one. So your clients that are closed, they're maybe in or out of warranty, quarterly. I like to ask them quarterly. So what it means is that every single week you should have a list of people in front of you that you are reaching out to systematically. Now, and here's how you reach out to them. Number one, start with a phone call, followed up by a text message and an email. That is the most effective way of doing it. They need to hear from you first, because guess what? Even if you're leaving a voicemail, they hear your tone of voice. You can talk about, you value their opinion, and then let them know that you'll be sending them a link via a text or SMS message and an email where they can share their opinion online. So that's the process to follow, and you may have to follow up a couple of times after that. Everyone's busy and you're not top of mind, but continue to do that. So you should have a list of people you're talking to week in and week out, and just continue to go through your list. Construction is a little bit different because you're going to time that ask during that project milestone, but afterwards it's quarterly. Most important thing I want to end with here: email alone does not work. If you're just going to send an email and ask it, you're going to get very little results. You have to add the phone, voicemail, and or conversation along with the SMS.